slogan, Angat Lahat, is what we want to achieve for everyone, prosperity for all. So I'd like to ask all of those entrepreneurs to stand up and be recognized. Can I ask you all to stand? These are people on agribusiness, seaweed, 50 of them who have supported this cause. Mr. President, the country's biggest problem is poverty. And the passion you have in solving our drug problem is immense. We hope that the same passion, Mr. President, that you have in fighting drug addiction, the same passion you bring and help many of our micro and small entrepreneurs move up from survival to sustainable. We want every Filipino to become one of these entrepreneurs one day. And through the power of mentorship, definitely all is possible. Mr. President, will you allow me to call you Kuya Rodi? Kuya Rodi will be our champion. Kuya Rodi will be our champion, the big brother of all kapatids. So I'd like to thank you again, Mr. President, and we hope and we will be with you in the next so many years that you have in office, and you have definitely the full confidence of our entrepreneurs and our private sector. And of course, together with the Department of Trade, Secretary Mon Lopez, we are committed, as you are committed in fighting drugs, we are committed in helping solve poverty in our country today. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Joey Concepcion. O ngayon, papakinggan naman natin ang ating bagong Kuya Rodi, ang champion ng micro SMEs. So, Kuya Rodi.
Joy, Secretary Lopez, ladies and gentlemen. Those who are young and beautiful, you come up here and sit beside your brother. So that you will be protected. I was on my way from the banana growers. Tumawag si Andanar and asked me if I could just give about 3 sentences about what I intend to do. Yung isang gabi, tinanong niya ako, how would you rate yourself? I said, 6 in a scale of 10. And the following day, I read in the papers that I was hitting 74, 2 points shorter than President Ramos when he became the president. Alam mo, sabi ko, I'm not into ratings. Wala talaga ako. Everybody, lahat ng taga Davao na kilala ako, I tend not really to derogate myself, but to just make it as not really as humble as it should be, but hindi kasi ako mahilig dyan magyabang. And even until now, I just gave the order for all of the country to not to put posters on my face. Dito sa Davao, hindi talaga nangyari yan. Even during election time, I do not. Yung project, akin ito, no such thing in Davao. And no display of whether you find me handsome or ugly. I just don't want my face being posted there everywhere. I keep law. Well, it's in me na medyo mahiyain, and of course the niceties of governance. Isang mama, just to see how ulol itong Pilipino. I see it everywhere. You put the honorable, I erase the word excellency. Masyadong mataas yan para sa atin. I told the cabinet that for a democratic state, the word excellency is too sumptuous. Just use president. And even in close friends, sinasabi ko, you address me as mayor. Because I have been used to the word since I was mayor here for 23 years. And araw-araw rin for 23 years. Even my daughter, si Sarah, when she talks of me, third party, who just is the mayor. He does not address me as Papa. Only when we are yung harap-harapan. So, sabi ko, I rate myself at 6. Yung pala 74. And what does that mean? It means that for the next few years, we move on. The drug campaign will not end. It will result in still in so many deaths. And I do not apologize for it. One thing is sure is that I've been telling the law enforcement agencies, the police and the military, because they are into it also, I said, if the guy is to be arrested, you just announce your authority, and if he resists arrest and puts up a violent resistance, kill him. And that has been, and I will not renege on that. There shall be no reduction either in substance or in form. Ayaw ko talaga ang droga because if I do not interdict it now, I am not into a hubris mode, but looking at the politicians in the horizon. If I go out suddenly, then alam ko na mahirapan ang Pilipinas. Mahirapan ang Pilipinas kasi I do not think that they would have the stomach for this kind of things. Mag-order sa dami mo na patayin mo yan. Ginagawa ko yan because I know from where I stand. Sabi ko, I repeat, if I do not interdict the problem now, magkakaroon tayo ng problema generational for the next generation. Kawawa yung mga anak ninyo ngayon nasa, for me, yung mga apo ko, malalaki na yung anak ko. At yung may mga grade school ngayon, delikado talaga kayo. Delikado kayo. So somebody has to do it for the Filipino. Well, it's always a matter of maybe destiny. Maybe God placed you there to precisely to do the things that must be done to help the Filipino. At ako naman ho, I just read it from a overseas-based opinion writer about me being ousted by people power. Be my guest. I don't give a shit. You know, I became mayor contrary to what was my expectations in life when I was young. In my days of my youth, I never expected to be mayor, but though I know that I'd be a lawyer. But all I wanted, and it is a history here in Davao City, if you ask them, that all I wanted was a promotion from a prosecutor to be a judge. Kasi ang sweldo ng judge could finance really a son or daughter to study in Manila. Alam ko gusto ng mga anak ko. Inday, for one, wanted to take up law sa my school. So, ang sweldo kasi ng fiscal, kung medyo junk ka lang, could hardly cope up with the expenses of 2 or more children in Manila. Just only have one. Ang akin naman, yung vice mayor, you should have invited him to teach about business. Hindi masyadong So nagtanan pa tuloy, so it was Inday. So suddenly she was there, kumuha ng law. Itong vice mayor, ewan ko kung anong natapos niyan. Home economics or hotel HRN. Ganyan yan. So, yun ang lang ang gusto ko. Lahat na itong expectations what evolved in my life were the very opposite of the things which I really was looking at into my future. So it's a matter of destiny. So I would say that I became mayor because of destiny. I became a vice mayor because of destiny. I became a congressman because of my destiny. It was not in my actuarial computation sa buhay ko. Ngayon, nandito ako. I have this sacred duty to take care of my country and people. Mamatay ako, sabi ko, I've said this several times, I'm putting at stake on the table my honor, my life, and even the presidency. These things, it does not mean to me at all. Basta ako magtrabaho lang. If I am there for 1 year only, then so be it. It is already written in my destiny that be president and for 1 year. If I am ousted, then it is also written in doings that I'll be there and I'll be ousted. And if I die, with more reason that it's really a part of your territory, of your life in this world. So it doesn't really bother me at all. Pag sinabi kong gawin ko, gawin ko. And I did not look back when I started. Maraming patay, problema mo yan, ginusto mo, ginusto ko rin. Kung anong aabutin natin sa buhay na ito, di hanggang dyan lang tayo. Yung lang lahat dyan namatay, you think of me and we're almost the same. That is your destiny to die, to go into drugs. You hurt people. You destroy the generation. May drugs. It starts not even sa actual taking. It starts with the family. Yung may makilala mo kayo dito, rich or poor, what will be the immediate impact? The immediate impact is you have a dysfunctional family. Maghiwalay ang asawa, magkagastos-gastos sa rehab, almost spending 4 million, 5 million. And you know very well that one day they would slide back. Kasi, sabi nga, ang Amerikano nga ang sabi, 6 months to 1 year, shabu-shabu ka araw-araw. It will shrink your brain. And if the brain is shrunk, then rehab is no longer viable. So now we have hit the 3 million mark. I really do not have an accurate count of how much or how many of them have shrunk brains. But we have a problem. That is an enormous number. And you should not take it lightly because this 3 million plus the 7 that surrendered during my time would place it, we are still receiving surrenderies. And by the end of the year, expect to the number to breach the 1 million mark. I remember that I talked to Widodo sa Laos, and we're friends. And I said, Adre, ilan sa iyo? Estimate niya 4 million. And I played with we did some comparison. Indonesia is a big country. But 2-3 great islands there. And the population is almost 240 million. Mine is a small country, archipelago, a long coastline, kasi paikot-ikot ka dyan sa island. And I have 1 million for, and I am a very small country. Now, the 3 million computation was done by Santiago, General Santiago, during his time. I was not yet president then. I was mayor. And I knew the seriousness insofar as my dimensional, kung saan ako papasok. And I was very strict here because I know it was dangerous. Talamak. And then I know na pag hindi ko talaga bitreatan to, masisira ang aking syudad. I was only concerned with my city, but at the time, I warned everybody that if you are a drug pusher or a syndicate, and you're operating here, and the apparatus and all the pusher, you better get out. Yung mga kidnappers, ransom or whatever, kasi pag hindi, papatayin ko kayo. At ginawa ko talaga. This is the problem about it. Many lost their lives. Ngayon, when I'm president, gano'n rin sinabi ko. Do not do it. Remember, right after, I was on a platform of only 3 big major issues. Sabi ko, I have to stop corruption in government. Or else we go nowhere. Maniwala kayo. Pag hindi kayo tumulong sa akin, then I said I would stop drugs, if possible, and suppress crime. Yung kidnap or ransom na marami sa Manila, almost latest count was 49 Chinese guys kidnapped, never to be returned again despite the payment of ransom. Ito yung mga talagang hindi kita mapalusot. Dito sa Davao, magprangka ako, nanyan yung video. Mag-rape ka ng bata, patayin mo dito. 18 months old. Putang ina, patay ka talaga. May kita paabuti ng presidente, i-intercept kita somewhere. Hindi ako pwede ng gano'n eh. So when I became president, only milder, but I was very specific. I said I will place it as a national security issue, invite the military to come in, so that's the only time, then declare the state of lawlessness. That would justify the military to. But sinabi ko, very specific, go out and arrest them, and if they do not surrender, or would be willing to place themselves under the control and custody of the law enforcement, and you put up a resistance, patayin niyo. If you feel that your life is in danger, kill them. And as of today, I lose on the average 2 policemen a day. If it is an extraordinary or judicial, oh, how come I'm having casualties in my hand too? Yan ang mahirap. Then comes, bago tayo dyan sa business, para rin maintindihan ninyo, because it could affect you somehow in the days to come. But I will do some corrective measures. That was a garbage started here. But although there were much really to be concerned of, because marami talagang namatay dito. But Davao, you can go anywhere except for the bombing, which is being done on a regular basis all over Mindanao. And because of the fighting in Sulu, nagalit ako noong katapusan na pati bata kinidnap nila, pinutulan nila ng ulo. What's the thing about what you're doing to your will? Ganito yan. I started even before I took my oath of office. I talked to the communists. They agreed before my oath taking. We will talk. So we are freed now of the fight against the NPAs. As a matter of fact, I have some extra soldiers to spare for other places. Then I started to talk to the MI. Pumayag si Murad pati si Jafar. They are the moderates actually sa MI. Then I talked to Miswari. Next week he's going to come out from his lair, his den in Sulu. And I will have him escorted sa Davao. And we will talk. And there is, para maintindihan kasi, there is a certain dito sa Mindanao sector na hindi ko talaga pwedeng, despite the fact that after the election, I sent my daughter-in-law, whose father is a Tausug and whose mother is a Maranao, just like my Lola, sent her to gather a few men, few scholars, yung mga talagang ano sa hulo, pati dito sa yung religious scholars. Marami dito yung, kita mo yung puti na nakasultanan ng puti, tapos these are what you would call tablik, if I may compare them sa at reliyon natin. It's parang Knights of Columbus sa Catholic. Ayan. So sabi ko, what's wrong? Then they started to rattle off so many things. But I remember that there was an ANC interview of Tatad, si Luzano, at si, marami sila, yung mga matatanda na nagmamakarunong na I said that Duterte is dwelling on the past. That was 100 years ago. Actually, that hindi galing sa akin yan. Galing yan doon sa mga tao, scholars na kinausap ko dito before I was sworn in. Sabi ko, why can't you participate with NOR, MIMN, so that we can just talk about peace in Mindanao? Sabi nila, Mayor, we will talk to you, but we will never negotiate peace with you. So what's the reason? What's bugging you? Because of what happened to us. Sila yung nag-produce ng pictures. It did not come from me. Yung pictures, the Filipinos at the time had no Polaroids. Wala namang instant. We got it from the archives of the U.S. Congress. Yung mga picture ng mga moro na dump on one hole. And there was, ginamit pa ng postage, may postage. Ang picture, ang Amerikano na sundalo, nakaganon yung paa niya sa dibdib ng babae, piled of bodies there. Then they showed me the picture and they gave me some picture. They showed me the originals yung nakuha nila. Ayun. So this cannot be a thing of the past. It will always be present in our humanity. And so we will not talk about peace for as long as there are soldiers who are here in Mindanao. We see them in the military camps. And I think there are about 119 of them here. Because you are still fighting us. The Americans are still fighting us through your government forces. Because you are the continuation of the Americans, and the Americans, the continuations of the Spaniards. There was this Philippine-American-Spanish war. They lost. So the Philippines, as one of the territories conceded by the Spaniards to America, kasali ang Guam. Guam Marsana. Kaya ang mga pangalan sa Guam, puro Spaniards. Pareho sa atin. Yung mga Guaminyo. Because they were first conquered by the Spaniards. And they had to give it up because they lost the war against America. One of them was Dewey. Dewey was the one who smashed the Spanish armada, yung galleons nila na warships. So ayaw talaga nila. So these are really the bets on the table. Now, I was talking to the banana growers. We're good. Except that if we do not talk about peace and realize it really as a matter of... you will be always be paying the revolutionary taxes. And let alone the extortion activities of the bandits here all around. There's so much of them. But I can kill them all. Ubusin mo lang isang barangay, isang araw, di tapos na. But that will not win the war for us. It will just exacerbate. You just have to play. And the only reason why I can reach out to the Muslims is because of my grandmother. My grandfather is a Cebuano. And if anybody asks me, ano ka? I always tell them Cebuano. because we trace our lineage from our father. Then sa nanay. But ang lolo ko, sa mother side ko, Chinese. Ang lola ko, Maranao. That's why I can talk to them. I can go around talking to them, but hanggang dyan lang. It cannot go deeper than just being signing an armistice of happened on the previous year. Ang lamentation ko dyan sa Amerika is they have fallen short despite of their clever boys there, Pentagon or State Department. Until now, they have not realized that reality. Na marami talagang galit sa kanila. At ako pang inuna nila, Davao City was already, I was the whipping boy of Dilima and Company. Totoo naman eh. Di ba kasabi ko na talagang totoo yan. But they continued to chastise me. When I was mayor, it was good. Why? Mayor lang ako eh. And they can hit me on the side. But to make a broadside criticism, when I'm already president, is another thing. Kasi presidente na ako, and we are a member of the United Nations. Titirahin ako ng isang spokesman na ulo, son of a bitch, dito sa taga-human rights. And then followed by a lady from the State Department, and followed by Obama, and of late, itong EU lawyers. Sabi ko, we're all stupid and fools. Why? Member na tayo ng United Nations. I am the sovereign head of state. If you want to hit me, bring it to the forum of the United Nations. I am not the state of Tennessee. I am not the state of Alaska. Do not do that to me. You bring the issue there, then talk about it in this in the Security Council or anybody would want to sponsor, then you ask one of your organs, World Health Organization, the Human Rights Commission, WTO or whatever. But do not hit me directly because you would put to shame the Filipinos outside. So, healer pala, inuubos ninyo. And for that commission to bring out the report, then let me respond officially. Do not hit me directly because that is not allowed. I would like to remind, Obama is a lawyer. I'm sure he studied international law. I did. Nobody knows it, but I was a foreign service graduate also. Because I wanted to work outside, only to be discouraged by my father. So what will you do there? Why will you work in another country? Why don't you just, that's the reason why. So alam ko, sabi ko, Obama, I've studied international law. I'm sure of that. And I did. And he knows that you cannot do it. So why are you doing it? My God. Kaya, hindi ako makasagot because remember that it was not an issue against me during the last election. You will agree with me. But when I was hitting 32, 33, 34, lumabas na yung mga basura na pera, ang salvaging. Mayayaman man kayong lahat. I know that you have access to the managers. It's just a matter of computer. Pindutin niyo, tignan ninyo ang accounts ko. It was really 18,000 and 5,000. That was the account when I was a congressman. Nung nauwi na ako dito, I didn't bother with that account. Kasi kung mag-alis ako, papabili lang naman ako dito ng dolyar. And besides, I use mayroon namang credit card, bakit? So, that is, kasi baka they will start to, you might be in the export business. Ang ayaw ko dito, sa mga putang inan to, Kasi bastos eh. You do that, you behave that, and they said, we will stop the aids. Your aid assistance. Hoy, mga ulol. You get your assistance, give it to the Somalians, and they need it more sa mga refugees dyan who are dying there. You know, British is a hydra. Itong European, dalawa ang mukha nitong mga gagong to. At first, they opened the borders and let the men in droves. Now suddenly they realize that they are now flooded with migrants, or immigrants for that matter. They close it, and some of those poor guys are out there. It's December, and the winter is about to set in. Yung mga hypocrisy. You know, Middle East was invaded by Germany, Italy, Great Britain, America, and it was they who divided the countries according to the tribes. Iraq, Iran, and so on and so forth. Egypt. Pagkatapos, they do not like the strong men. No elections. But they do not realize until now that, take it from me, ang Muslim world is governed by the Quran. And the Quran is fundamentally feudal. It is not by election, but by the tribes. No? It's written 3,000 years ago. Pati ang Bible natin, it's 3,000 years ago. Ano ba ang pakialam ko kung saan si Moses nagbaba ng bukid o sa Mayon o sa Mount Apo? But they think it is antiquated and should be changed. Hindi mo pwedeng look at Iraq. On a pretext of mass destruction, weapons. Wala naman talaga noon pala. So what happened to Iraq? It's in shambles. They undermine Libya. Libya is a failed state. Now they're eating up Syria. And it's, you see, nanood kayo ng CNN. Look at people that are dying. And yet they have just to go because itong left, sinakyan. No, not the left. Brother, the yellow rode on the issue. And they like to see their opponent pictured as a... That will not deter me, mind you. Whether I sink or go up, it will continue until the last poser is out of the streets. And what? What are the consequences that you are threatening me? I'd be ousted? Fine. It will be part of my destiny. Hindi ka mga presidente kundi siya. But destiny carries with it so many things. Hanggang dyan lang ako. If I die, that's part of my destiny. You know, presidents get assassinated. That would be my, that is, so, the day I was elected, preparado na ako. But I could die, I would lose honor, but I do not think I'd lose anything that has to do with honor. Hindi ho ako magnanakaw, and I don't get paid by the thousands if I kill one drug lord. I lose the presidency. Okay. Kasi yan ang tinatakot. Hindi ako matakot ng gano'n. Because if it happens, I would accept it as part of my destiny. Hindi ako matakot. Hindi ako yung kanahangol na mamamatay ako kung kunan mo ako ng luran ng presidente. Or I said, in my childhood days, being president at mayor was not really part of my dreams. Yan ang totoo yan. So, hindi ako pwedeng matakot ng gano'n. Ang gusto ko lang talaga noon, kasi mahilig ako magligaw ng magagandang babae. Ang magagandang babae, wala namang hilig sa akin. But for those few who had a misstep, ganito, now, baka magkaanuhan ito, yung small negosyo. I would say that after a visit sa China, things would improve a lot. Maybe or maybe not, I would have enough money to play around to fund things like Go Negosyo. Make it more. What I know sa China is this. Do you know that in Fort Magsaysay, again, I'll tell you, hindi ko nga alam eh. They are about to complete the dormitory of a building, dormitories rather, that would house 1,500 rehab, mga addict, dyan sa kampo ng Fort Magsaysay. Ginawa ng mga Chinese. Hindi ko nga alam. I just gave the go signal, just ordered the military guys to open up the gates and let them in. So I expect more of those kind of things to be constructed all over. Mahirapan tayo. Kasi nga itong Amerikano, si Obama, human rights, pati itong mga bright boys sa Europe. Kaya sabi ko, I wrote them a letter. Tapos na ha. I invited the human rights, Obama, the State Department, and the EU. Come here, investigate me. Halika dito. Halika, magsuwara. But, in return, allow me also to ask you questions. Sabi ko, para tabla. I mean, you cannot have your cake, pin me down, and eat it too. Ano kayo? Siniswerte kayo mga buang. You think that you are brighter than me. Yan ang problema. Kala siguro nyo puti kayo na dito kayo sa akin. Sabi nila, first round pa lang, I murdered 1,800 or 700. Ngayon, I'll just tell him, who was my 10th victim? What was his name? What did I kill him? For what and how? Hindi ako masagot, si putang ina, umuwi ka na animal kasi paeng kita dyan ngayon. Huwag mo akong bullshitin. Hindi mangyayari, mas bright sila sa atin. Maniwala kayo. Ako ganito na ako 17. I said, I assembled men of mga mga cum laude ito. Tugade was Mon was I think cum laude ka mo, no? Tugade was valedictorian. Magna yan, cum laude. Pit Aguirre. Mga classmate ko yan. Basta naman ang kilala ko. Si Dulay Asaver, mahusay yan. Is an honest man. Bebot Bilio. Medyo kasama ko sa inuman yan. Kaya tabla lang ang grado namin. But all others, Sunny Dominguez, the owner of this hotel, we are neighbors, same subdivision. Kababata ko talaga ito. Grade 1 kami, valedictorian na to. Nag-graduate yan kung saan-saan. I studied in UCLA. Wala yan, mahusay yan. Top yan. Pero ngayon, trabahante ko lang sila lahat. Ako 75 lang. Kaya how do you rate yourself? 6. 74. Mataas na yan. Ako noon, dahan-dahan lang ako. Hindi naman kasi ito sila, mga apurado. Ako naman sa eskwela, I feel Sunny was well ahead. Nakatapos na yan ng masteral course niyan, pag-uwi. Medyo kakatapos ko lang sa AB noon. Wala, 7 years ako sa high school eh. That's why I'm brighter. Kasi mas matagal ang Oo. Ang pundasyon. Sa College of Law, ang investment namin dyan yan sa Ligarda pati itong Ligarda Injula. Yan sa kanto. Ice cold beer. Chilled. Ayan, sige basa libro. Wala si library. Diyan lang. May jukebox pa, MacArthur's Park. Kaya yung walang ibang tao dito sa Davao makanta ng akong MacArthur's Park. Ako lang. Really? Totoo, ako lang. Yung talagang kanta. Batos. So let's talk back to business. Shut up, guys. So the thing is, I entered the presidency midstream. It's a budget operated by me, but prepared the previous year by Aquino. Implemented now. But half of the year, kanya, half of the year akin, June. Sino pa naman? Sabi ko, bakit pinapatay ni Duterte yan? Bakit ayaw niya ilibing na o kaya ayaw niyang i-rehab? Where do I get the money? Like any other your companies, you operate on a budget yearly. Kung walang, I cannot get the money from the Department of Foreign Affairs, from Labor, from the ICT, from Education, and get it to put up rehab. That would be robbing Peter to pay Paul. That's somebody else's money. Wala man ako kasi ang naiwan sa akin, MOOE. Alam nila yan. Wala na akong capital outlay. No more. So, kaya mo ipit ako. And yet when they criticize, Obama when he criticized me, knew that I was a midterm president and alam niya wala akong pera. May gobyerno siya, alam niya yan. If it is not in the budget, I could not get it from somebody else's pocket. Wala eh. Now next year, which is being prepared now, we have this money to deal with the drug problems. One thing is, what's bears really watching is how China would respond to the challenges of our needs. Sabi niya, bigyan ka namin ito. Well, if I get some loans, I will give you some. Kung bigyan niya ako ng, I don't know, but he promised an amount, okay na sa akin yan. So I can deal, ang una talaga is, of course, it would be education, additional funding for education, then yung rehabilitation, then agriculture, and maybe yung itong micro and small industries para doon sa mga matulungan. Maybe, just maybe, kung gamitin talaga ang pera sa makinig kayong mabuti, then you learn from the learned, then maybe something will come out of it. Noon kasi yung maging presidente ako, we received 2 million. 1 million when Cory won, she made it 2 million. Contribution ng PAGCOR sa Davao. So sabi niya, give it to the poorest of the poor. Eh, madali sa akin yan. Kasi galing ako dyan, so I would know sinong bigyan. Walang nakabayad, come election time, itong kalaban ko sa politika, yung garbage yan, extrajudicial killing. Tiga report, So I was investigated. Sabi ko, look guys, if you're asking me, saan, I give it to them. Mayroon photograph, everything, because, I used to be a prosecuting, a trial lawyer ako ng gobyerno, prosecutor. I was also at the same time taken in by Gonzales noon. Wala pa yung ombudsman. It used to be known as the special office of the special prosecutor at Tanod Bayan. So I was one of those who were prosecuting graft and corruption. That's why kaya kong mahusay ako mag-present ng evidence from the time it is audited, ganun. step by step, up to the time yung malversation occurs. Mahilig ako dyan. Kaya, so madali akong matuto. But anyway, may nagasinyas na kasi. Still have another, so I'll cut it short. Ganito na lang. If I get to have additional money outside of government sources, you will have a part of it. Yung sa ano. But the thing is, you have to get it from me personally. And if you are, kung maganda ka, double the amount. Pero just kagaya ng ordinary na magandang Pilipina, siguro, depende na rin kung... Yan ang, if I get those things that I expect, I'm not so much into expectations. But I will look for the money. And if I get some, I said, you will have a part of it. Otherwise, wait for next year. And still, alam mo malapit sa akin yung, ayaw ko magpadrama, pero anak lang din ako ng mahirap. Ang pupunta ko dito namin, 1948, Davao was still but you know what? Yung land of promise is really not true. Those were the slagoneering of the Americans because they really wanted me now badly because walang typhoon dito. So everything would naturally, except that they could not get workers here because moro na lahat. So they have to keep of this lagoonering, go to Mindanao because it is the land of promise. My father was one of those. Bata pa pumunta siya, but he married a Mindanaoan. But even when we, from Iligan, Iligan is just beside Marawi, to Davao, pagdating namin dito, wala. And even the wetlands behind Ateneo de Davao, just in front. In front of this hotel is the Ateneo de Davao. At the back was still a wetland. Would you believe it? It was already titled in the name of just so few. Ang karamihan dito sa Mindanao, they got 1,000, no, the advent of land reform, 1,000 hectares, 500. Those were the Americans who never went back to America. And yung mga Spaniards, tawag nila, insulares. Yung nandito na nagsettle dito, yung mga anak nila. Yun ang tawag na insulares. Kami yung mga Tibo, wala. Wala talaga. We had the house there beside Kekila Dominguez because tatay ko, lawyering. Kaya I know. Hindi mo ako maano sa tingnan. I'm the only politician thereabout who can really fathom. Bantayan ninyo ako kung maglabas. Bantayan ninyo ako maglabas. I do not, ako galit nga ako dito sa PCSG. Because sanayan sila pag-embrace sa akin. Everybody. Lalagang. Dito sa Davao, sanayan sa akin. Remember that I was mayor for 23 years. I never lost an election until I became president. Hindi talaga natalo. Kaya masaktan ako yung minsan. Kasi yung tangina yung kutsi ko. Hindi ko mabuksan. Hindi buksan ang gagong driver doon. The first din na sinundo nila ko I became president. Ito na 1 kilometro. Sa bahay pa lang, maliit yung subdivision niya, makitig. You should go to my village. My house is very small. Nandyan ako sa teacher's village. Dangdangan ko na 1 kwarto because nanganak yung asawa ko. Hindi kami pwede sa kama. Ayaw ko rin matanda na ako. Nagpagawa ako ng kwarto. Ang bahay ko, ganun, tapos may parang chimney. That's my room. So, may anak na ako ng mahirap. But hindi ako yumaman hanggang ngayon. But in the process, I got the best of politics. I never lost an election. It was always a landslide. And even the president won landslide. Ang problema nito, baka may slide ako. Salamat po.
Okay, salamat. Mr. President, palakpakan natin ng malakas pa. Mr. President. Well, Mr. President, definitely we like what's happening. Yung the war on drugs. Sa totoo lang, madalas ho tayong nakukote na ang pinakaresulta nito ang pagbaba ng crime. 5,500 ang nawala. Diba? So kung isipin natin, that could have been our relatives, our loved ones. At pero nawala po yun. Nawala dahil sa kampanya against drugs. So maganda ho ang nangyayari. And all of this, we believe, itong tinatawag natin Agenda Zero. Pagbalik ng peace and order, pagsugpo ng krimen, corruption, illegal drugs, are all necessary fundamentals before we go into the 10 socio-economic agenda and plataforma ni Mr. President. Kaya napaka-importante ho na ma-achieve muna natin itong Agenda Zero. And dahil po doon, maraming investors. Ito ho talagang nangyayari. Sa amin hong mga meeting sa DTI, tuloy po ang pagtanong nila sa opportunities dito sa ating bayan. Nakikita nila maraming opportunities. Sa merkado, 109 million Filipinos. Ang merkado, napakalaki. Tumataas, nag-i-increase every year. Tapos, pag dito pa sila nag-locate, pwede pa silang mag-export sa bigger ASEAN market na 620 million. That's the kind of opportunity they look here. So hindi po nila tinatanong actually yung mga ibang mga napapag-usapan sa media. At dahil po doon, actually masaya ho kami, at least sa community po natin dito sa pagnenegosyo, Community of Go Negosyo at DTI, na ito pong mga entrepreneurs actually, kung maalala ninyo, ito rin yung mga nandun nung nag-forum tayo bago mag-eleksyon. I think February yon, ano? At natutuwa ho kami para tayong nag-reunion ngayon. Ngayon natin nakita ang ating Pangulo, palakpakan natin dahil sa totoo lang marami ho talagang nagawa na in 100 days. Ngayon po, kasama ho natin dito sa stage ang mga ibang mga micro-entrepreneurs na mentee, yung tinuturuan po kasama sa mga programa natin, sa mga seminar at mga trainings. At ang alam ko po, meron hong nag-prepare ng ilan sa kanila ng mga, at least pwede pa ho ba tayong 3 question? Mga 3 tanong lang po. At hayaan natin sila magtanong at siguro maganda rin marinig ang sagot mula sa inyo. So si Doms.
Before sandali. Para hindi kung kalimutan. Sa customs na yun, it's 3 days ang release ng papers. Sa BIR, the most is 10 days. But I think Billy has reduced it to 5 days. Sa DTI, 2 days. So, hinahanap ko ngayon saan yung korupsyon. Maybe in the local government. But I still have to talk to the elected leaders. Kasi hindi ko yan sila control. They are not cabinet members. Unlike the cabinet, I have the complete supervision and control. Sa batas po, ang mga local governments, because they are elected leaders, I only have supervision. But I will try to formulate a pattern for all. Kasi ang Davao City, ganon eh. When I was mayor, 3 days, 72 hours, ilabas mo talaga. Whether it is granted or not, ilabas mo. If it is not granted, you will write the explanation. Why? Eh, kung granted, wala lang. So, ganon sa Davao. So, I want it done all over the country. We are improving. But the survey shows that meron pa rin a graph. So, tulungan ninyo ako, nandiyan kay Zenigo, kung saan. Sa police ba? Of course, the military, kukunti lang naman ang intervention nila sa affairs natin. Is the mayors or the policemen or the local government sa tax, sa business tax clearance, whatever, let me know. Ngayon, maglagay ako ng PTB4. Ang program ko, 1 hour. Wala yang gawin. There's nobody talking. Just text. Huwag mo nang ibagay pangalan mo. Yung number mo, pwede mo naman palitan yung SIM mo. Or buy in your SIM kung takot ka. Just text. Anong opisina, whether national or local, and who is the official causing the delay? So, I will immediately call him to Malacañang and I will demand an explanation why. Sabihin ko sa kanya, putang ina mo, pag sumali ka rin, drug addict ka na rin. So, pasensya na lang. Huwag niyo akong pahiyaan kasi itong akin totohanan. The reason why I really sacrifice na hindi ako is because I wanted to have a good name. And I was able to make use of it because I became a president. At wala man kayong issue sa akin ng graft because I was never into it. Marami kayo sabi sa akin. Sa totoo, hindi ako napapatawa. Babae, yung ganon, totoo yan. Tayo. Pero yung pera, too late. Too late. Saan ako pupunta? Hindi naman ako makaalis. Paglabas ko dyan, ang haba ng linya. Kaya sinundo ako ng PSG, ang haba ng linya. Nakita ko doon sa likod, may mataas na parang fire truck, gumaganon. Sabi ko, sige, anong putang inang, kasi 1 kilometro haba, security. Sabi, ambulansya. Ay, nako, dito na tayo magka-diferensya. Sabi, may ambulansya. Suppose, maambus ka na. Kung gusto ninyo, idagdag na lang ninyo ang punerarya. Para kompleto na tayo. Why are you afraid of dying? It will come. Do not worry. It will come anytime. You do not have to worry about it. Death, it will come anytime. So don't worry so much about ambulansya. Hayaan mo na ako mamatay. Tapos malibre mo pa ako, I get to live until what age? Until 99 years old. Anong gawin ko dito? Pagtingin ko sa katawan ko nakahubad, wala nang silbi lahat. Lados hanging, putulin mo na. It does not deserve any. I'm only good to live until I'm useful. The moment na I could no longer do it with that's the essence of life. That's my only enjoyment. If it is not there, kill me. Wala nang silbi. Totoo, wala nang silbi. Ano ba? Maghintay ka para, buti pa sa kung anak mo lang, itong caregiver pa, tapos malaging, sige ka tingin, wala na. Nurse, patayin mo na lang ako. Putang ina niya. Yes. May I?
Good evening, everyone, and Mr. President. We are so really glad for having you here in this big event, for sharing as well your golden time with us. My question is all about trading business in agriculture sector. Unsa ang plano nyo sa mga traders o abusive traders na nagko-control o nananamantala sa presyo dun sa IPs, indigenous people po, sa mga mahihirap at farmers?
You know, the only way is really to empower everybody. One is that because of their roads that are really impossible, it is only the dicers na may makakuha sila mga 4x4. That vehicle is that it's hard to get now, lalo na yung panahon pa ng gera. These are the only vehicles that could go up the mountains and buy. So yung middleman, nandyan talaga yan. What you will do is really for the land bank. Alam mo, may land bank ba dito? Saan? Wala man nakita dito ng land bank. Itong land bank na ito, as the word connotates, is really a land bank. It is a land for the land. It turned out na itong mga beneficiaries ng land reform, yung mga title nila, because it could not be sold at any, hindi tinatanggap yan. So I will tell the land bank, those are the government documents, and even if they can be used as collateral, that's one. Then second is that there has to be some cooperative. Ang success stories ng cooperative dito sa Pilipinas is very poor. Few successes far and it been the years of the days of cooperatives. So you have to reinvent the guys there holding the money. But land bank must go there and they must have the financing of cooperatives. You must empower them in the sense that you provide the money, but magbayad sila kung anong hindi unutang na nila, doon na ibayad sa cooperatives. And that would be their investment, their cooperatives. Second is the schools, and third is yung mga health services. But the most important is really the money and how it is being used. Sinasabi ko lang, during my time, because there is a cooperative law which also mandates, I don't know if it's an ordinance, we have to invest in some cooperatives. We are still doing it now. I don't know how India is coping with that. Pero ako nagpapahiram, but I make sure that the cooperative is really in the hands of people who can be trusted with money. Lahat ng failure ng cooperative because yung tumakbo yung presidente pati yung kahera o nagtana na silang dalawa.
Isa pang tanong dito.
Okay, so thank you, Mr. President. The second question.
Hi po. Good evening. I'm Sofia Zosa po. I'm part of the youth entrepreneurs diri sa Atua sa Davao. So, sama na ako na isa sa mga kabatanunan diri na naay na negosyo. Gusto tala ko pakutanon unsa ang imuhang mga plano para sa amo kabatanunan. Syempre as bata pa man gamay pa ang amo ang kwarta or usahay, wala pa joy capital enough. Ug maglisod pod og loan sa mga bangko or magutang sa mga bank, sa mga financing institution, especially kay wala man banking personality. So, mangutana lang ko if naaba mo'y programa or plano para sa mga youth.
Classmate ko ito siya sa grade 3. Yun ang librarya namin, no? Well, this is, I said, the programs of government, si Aquino was not into it so much. But yung program namin itong sa micro, we will study it. But if I can get the soft loan or grant, meron kayo niyan. Wala namang grant ng ngayon na yun, the thousands eh. It has to be in the billions. I will discuss with the secretary how much I can set aside para sa inyo. Itong mga maliliit how to start with. Just listen to what they taught you. Pag-aralan mo lang yan and a little bit of sacrifice. Kasi ang karamihan talaga niyan, minsan nakakain doon sa personal. Just follow the law and maybe sacrifice a little bit. Siguro after 5 years, milyonarya ka na. That's the time that, it's hanapin mo yung pinakamagandang negosyo. And it's everywhere. It's food, clothing, whatever. Marami kang mapagkanong negosyo dito. Imelda Basilan.
Si Miss Imelda Basilan, nagsabi kanina na,
Are you here?
na magtatanong siya. Okay. Sige, akyat po tayo dito. So habang umaakyat siya, diyan ka na lang. Gusto mo dyan? No. Diyan ka na lang magtanong.
Yes, Imelda.
Mr. President, I'm proud to be a maruya vendor. Tapos, your kanang sana kanang I pray na you will give us support on my business na I will have kanang small capital.
Imelda, how many years have you been?
15 years in the business po.
15?
Yeah.
Kinakain mo siguro yung Maruya mo. By this time, mayaman ka na dapat.
Excuse me. Your staff, kanang, yung mga, sometime, ang imong mga staff, sa ako asya sila nagapalit, si Sir Ivan, nagapalit sila sa ako, akong pesto nasa Davao Times.
Kanang Maruya, just native evaluation. Siguro mga anak ka magluto sa Daplis Dan, you cook,
Yeah.
Di na ako na ma-discourage because I do not, delikado man God. Pero that's just another issue. Ano magluto ba di asdalan, kaya bantika man God. There are people using the streets. Pero I said, that aside, magtanaw na ako sa imog na kay mga 100,000 open. O bitaw. Buong ka ng stove, pagkaon, and ang palibot. Kaya ang imong anak mo guna, ang imong magaron, if say, income ni mo, utang ka sa kalibo.
Yeah.
Then the next thing that you'll do is to look for, you spend, target about 1,002, but you have to, mangita ka na paglaing pwesto, yung anak.
Yeah.
So,
Yes.
mga 100,000 makaikot ka, that would place you something like Maruya. 100,000 ikot, pwede na.
Thank you, Mr. President.
Imelda, sabihin mo yung ilan ng anak.
Sabi nila, nakapagtapos ka na ng mga anak mo.
Nakapagpatapos na siya.
Yes.
Sila.
Proud to be ko sa akong business kay three of my children has already been graduated. I have a seaman, I have a nurse.
Hindi na kailangan ng mga
Hindi mo na kailangan ng Maruya. Ang asawa mo anong trabaho?
My husband also worked here at Marco Polo, but he resigned. But I want to venture another business kasi I'm old na kasi I'm hoping na dili na pud ko sigig Maruya gani kay kanang kapoy pa yapod magsigig
Kaya
labor.
what will be the next step? Unsa may imong mag-retire ka naman mo kasi
mag-retire na gani ko. Gusto lang nako na kanang capable sa ako na dili lang ko nga kanang pressure man gud nang magmaruya. Uy, labi na kanang maghulat gani ang imong mga suki. Na, ang akong order. Ya gusto nako na in due time.
Unsa may imong sunod target na?
Kasi katong nagapaminaw ko sa ilang mga business, siguro mag-venture na lang ko kanang pag magtigulang naman good ka, kailangan say tawag ani ka ng mga hinay-hinay na lang na trabaho ba.
Kaya, study very well, understand the fundamentals of small and sabtag bayo, total, binisaya man na isulti sa inyo, no?
Oo mo.
Binisaya man.
Mo gani na
Pag-aralan mo yung fundamentals kasi mulokso kaglain from Maruya to
dili po ko mag-ambisyon nga ka ng as in
hindi masyado malaki. Mall siguro, baka okay na sa iyo. Pag-aralan mo muna, tapos if you stick with Maruya and you are thinking of expansion, 100,000 okay na. That would give you about 3 or 4.
Yay, palakpakan natin. Sabi ni President, kung naintindihan ko, pag-aralan po ninyo, makinig ho kayo sa mentors, umattend pa kayo ng maraming mga negosyo seminars, at nandyan po si Mr. John Lucoa na magme-mentor sa inyo paano gumanda ang benta nyo ng Maruya. Okay? At, yan.
Nagagraduate na din yun siya. The last, ay, nakausap naman kita, yung ato gani ka sa Santiago, Mr. President, na nagpatabang ko sa akong anak nga mag-oxy sa SPMC, nag-grant yun to nimo, naka-work yun siya dito. Kay na-nurse naman to siya.
Mr. President, siya na daw magpapahiram ng 100,000. Dahil very successful na pala siya.
Guwapa ito na maruya. So, may dalaga ka na anak na. Yun na lang ang bigyan ko kapital, magpapahinga ka na. Okay. Sige. Just study
salamat.
the fundamental.
Wow. Salamat. Oh, yeah.
Dre ka.
Yan, mentor na kayo. Mentor. Siya na po ang bagong mentor. And
Ganito ha, this is not, do not be offended. It is not against anybody. Pag-aralan ninyo yung in-check style. You know, my lolo, I said, was, pagpasok niya diyan sa Agusan, Butuan, he had nothing. Kunti kapital niya. Pero yun, marunong ito sila. It's an innate thing in them. Marunong yan sila kung paano pag-aralan niyo yung in-check. Do not, kayo mga Chinese, do not be offended. I said, my lolo is lam siya. Ano yan sila? Mahusay talaga then he went to Copra, then buying lands. Napapaikot. Pag-aralan niyo yung Chinese kung paano nila gawin yan. Talagang, it's a native to them, the art of doing business. Ano pa?
We'll have the checks. Mr. President, SB Corp is giving 5 checks to 5 entrepreneurs. Can we have the names?
Actually, kung kana lang kwarta, not in one event, but I can give you in 3 installments. Pahumanta ka kwarta.
Thank you.
alright, palakpakan po natin. Salamat, Mr. President. Well, at this point, kung mamarapatin ninyo, bali... okay na po tayo.
Okay na siya.
Sige. Salamat. Palakpakan uli natin si Ma'am Imelda, ang ating Maruya Queen. Okay. So, Mr. President, at this point, we will take advantage also of your presence dahil nababanggit ninyo parate kanina, mukhang in the mood kayo magbigay ng 100,000. So ngayon ho, ang SB Corp, which is an attached agency ng DTI, at ito rin yung nagbibigay ng mga financing doon sa mga maliliit na mga negosyo. Meron ho kaming recently mga na-approve na mga loans. And we'll take this opportunity na dito po iabot at kayo yung mag-aabot. At para mabigyan natin ng loan, papuntahin po natin sa stage si Miss sa Kiyomi Garden, Edna Tadyaman, na na-approve ang loan niya na 508,889.02. Okay, kayo po, Kiyomi Garden. Ang business niya ay yung sa ornamental plants. Pakita mo naman yun. Totoong check ito, hindi na to mock-up check. Okay, diretso na sa bangko para i-deposit. Congratulations. Kasama rin po natin ang presidente ng SB Corp, Small Business Corporation. So ang SB Corp ay attached agency ng DTI. Nagbibigay ng guarantee, kung hindi man ay ang loan. Ang susunod na loan po ay para sa paint line printing services kay Mr. Kier P. Carbonell. Ito ho yung nag-supply sa inyo ng mga Duterte t-shirts. At nag-creative designer. So, paint line. Ang amount po ay 198,700 pesos. Ang susunod po na loan recipient po natin, GU Amoren Food Product, 198,400 pesos. Mga crispy flour, mga pang-recado para maging chicken joy, yung fried chicken. Okay, ang susunod po nating loan recipient, Wally FE Group Incorporated, 987,900. Wow. Oh. Papagwapa, beauty products. Yan. Pwede ka raw bang DTI secretary para ikaw nandito? Oo. Pampakinis. Oh, picture muna. Oh. Makinis. Makinis. Thank you. Congratulations po. Thank you, ma'am. Okay. Last but not the least, ang ating loans po para sa Abcris Enterprises, 394,500 pesos. Ito naman ang nagpo-produce ng fertilizer. Wag daw kalimutan pag mayaman na siya, no? Wag tayong kalimutan. Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Reynes. At this point also, I'd like to, siguro in front of our Negosyo community, Go Negosyo community, I'd like to submit my first 100 days output to the President. Kasama na po dyan yung pagpapaikli ng pagkuha ng business permits and licensing to 2 days, dati 10 days. Pag-establish po ng ating mga negosyo centers. Just for the period ng pumasok si Presidente, 84 negosyo centers. Ang target ay 70. At ang clients na na-serve ay 116,782. Ang dami na po nun. Ang shared service facility, mga equipment po, 61 na ang na-establish mula July hanggang October. At ang beneficiary, 671. At ang DTI nag-conduct din ng mga SME Rowing Academy, 890 around the country. At ang mga naka-attend, 30,528. Programa po natin ngayon na nandito tayo, Project Kapatid, Mentor, Me, Rollout with the Go Negosyo family and the PCCI, ECOP. Ito na po ang nagawang mga napuntahan na cities, 9 cities, nag-conduct tayo ng ganitong klaseng seminar. Participants, 2,944. Nag-update po kami kahapon, actually 3,100 na ang participants natin. At ang mga mentors na tumulong, kasama na ho ang mga mentors dito, mga negosyante at mga professors, 113 ang nai-involve na mga professors na nagtuturo at nag-e-empower ng mga negosyante maliliit. Ang ambisyon po natin, yung maliit, maging small, maging medium, at eventually maging large. Gusto ho natin mag-level up sila. So yun po ang pagnenegosyo. So allow me to present just a few. Hindi ko na ho kinumpleto dahil marami pang...
Congratulations, Mon Lopez,
And,
Secretary of Trade.
If I may say something, alam mo, hirap ako naghahanap sa kanila. I was toying with the idea of Mon Lopez. Sabi ko kailan pa to because he was out of the country. And I waited it out just to see him na tanggapin niya. Talagang silang dalawa ni Joy. Actually, si Joy ayaw eh. Sabi niya, ito lang kasi kasama niya sa Go Negosyo. But, I said that I promise, I do not want to see the Filipino queuing under the heat of the sun, ulan. Kagaya niya itong Professional Regulation Commission, yung PRC. Kita mo yung nakapila dyan. Ang horror of all horrors, if you go back at the SM sa Matina, nandyan yan sa pavement na tutulog. Sinabi ko kay Yasay, cut the crap. Pati ito, so online na lahat by next year. Magkuha ka ng visa, passport, whatever, bayad ka sa BIR. Online na lahat yan. So, yan lang naman ang ano namin. If we can give the Filipino a respite of corruption, pati, even just for 6 years na hindi hirap ang Pilipino, okay na sa akin. If we could just get half to my target, basta ayaw ko yung makita na galit ako pag pinapahirapan ang tao. Baski dito noon sa mayor ako, ayaw ko yan. Umiinit ang ulo ko. Ngayon, nandito na ako sa posisyon na sunod na ang gusto ko. Ayan. Dito ko na ibuhos ang lahat ng... So lahat yan online na. Wala nang... And I said, I give it na mapagpaghinga ang Pilipino sa corruption. And of course, criminality, pati droga. Baski yan na lang, yung economic factors, pasok yan. Yung fundamentals nandyan The fundamentals of a good economy is there right now. So, just do not just follow it up. The only thing that can really bring us down is not America withholding its assistance. It's not America getting out of it. Marami yung papasok. Isa in-check lang, patay na sila. What could bring us down is really corruption and criminality. Walang papasok for corrupt tapos madumi na magulo. If I just can convince also the other mayors to do it. Kagaya ng Davao. Hindi ko naman sinasabi it's a big deal, but kagaya ng Davao. Walang, of course, may terrorism, but that is another thing. But I will discuss it with the Filipino people when the time comes. But it is coming, and I am preparing for it. Maraming salamat.
Kuya Rodi, thank you for coming. I'm sure all the entrepreneurs here are behind you in your quest in solving poverty and corruption. Maraming salamat.
Thank you.
Please join us for dinner.
So, Mr. President, nung September, pahabol na report, nung September, 200% increase ang investment na pumasok na in-register ng BOI po. So, panahon po ninyo yun. Thank you. Yung mga mentees po natin, sumama po kayo rito. Arrangement. Tapos mamaya.
Ikaw ang pangulo para sa pagbabago. Sawa na ang bayan ko sa magnanakaw na tao. Madilim na kahapon, ikaw ang mag-aahon. Sa piling mo, di ko mawawala ang korupsyon. Tayo na, Pilipinas, tayo na magbago. Hawak kamay tayo para sa pag-asenso. Ikaw at ako, tayong lahat kay Rodrigo.
That's a wrap. Thank you, President Duterte, for gracing this event. Mabuhay si President Rodrigo Roa Duterte. Thank you everyone who attended today's event and more profit to your businesses. May we request everyone to remain seated while the President leaves the room.
In solving our drug problem is immense. We hope that the same passion, Mr. President, that you have in fighting drug addiction, the same passion you bring and help many of our micro and small entrepreneurs move up from survival to sustainable. We want every Filipino to become one of these entrepreneurs one day. And through the power of mentorship, definitely all is possible. Mr. President, will you allow me to call you Kuya Rodi? Kuya Rodi will be our champion. Kuya Rodi will be our champion, the big brother of all kapatids. So I'd like to thank you again, Mr. President, and we hope and we will be with you in the next so many years that you have in office, and you have definitely the full confidence of our entrepreneurs and our private sector. And of course, together with the Department of Trade, Secretary Mon Lopez, we are committed, as you are committed in fighting drugs, we are committed in helping solve poverty in our country today. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Joey Concepcion. O ngayon, papakinggan naman natin ang ating bagong Kuya Rodi, ang champion ng micro SMEs. So, Kuya Rodi.
Joy, Secretary Lopez, ladies and gentlemen. Those who are young and beautiful, you come up here and sit beside your brother. So that you will be protected. I was on my way from the banana growers. Tumawag si Andanar and asked me if I could just give about 3 sentences about what I intend to do. Yung isang gabi, tinanong niya ako, how would you rate yourself? I said, 6 on a scale of 10. And the following day, I read in the papers that I was hitting 74, 2 points shorter than President Ram. I do not apologize for it. One thing is sure is that I've been telling the law enforcement agencies, the police and the military, because they are into it also, I said, if the guy is to be arrested, you just announce your authority, and if he resists arrest and puts up a violent resistance, kill him. That has been, and I will not renege on that. There shall be no reduction either in substance or in form. Ayaw ko talaga ang droga because if I do not interdict it now, I am not into a hubris mode, but looking at the politicians in the horizon. If I go out suddenly, then alam ko na mahirapan ang Pilipinas. Mahirapan ang Pilipinas kasi I do not think that they would have the stomach for this kind of things. Mag-order sa dami mo na patayin mo yan. Ginagawa ko yan because I know from where I stand. Sabi ko, I repeat, if I do not interdict the problem now, magkakaroon tayo ng problema generational for the next generation. Kawawa yung mga anak ninyo ngayon nasa, for me, yung mga apo ko, malalaki na yung anak ko. But yung may mga grade school ngayon, delikado talaga kayo. Delikado kayo. So somebody has to do it for the Filipino. Well, it's always a matter of maybe destiny. Maybe God placed you there to precisely to do the things that must be done to help the Filipino. At ako naman ho, I just read it from a overseas-based opinion writer about me being ousted by people power. Be my guest. I don't give a shit. You know, I became mayor contrary to what was my expectations in life when
slogan, "Angat lahat," is what we want to achieve for everyone, prosperity for all. So I'd like to ask all of those entrepreneurs to stand up and be recognized. Can I ask you all to stand? These are people on agribusiness, seaweed, 50 of them who have supported this cause. Mr. President, the country's biggest problem is poverty. And the passion you have.
I was young. In my days of my youth, I never expected to be mayor, but though I know that I'd be a lawyer. But all I wanted, and it is a history here in Davao City, if you ask them, that all I wanted was a promotion from a prosecutor to be a judge. Kasi ang sweldo ng judge could finance really a son or daughter to study in Manila. Alam ko gusto ng mga anak ko eh. Inday, for one, wanted to take up law sa my school. So, ang sweldo kasi ng fiscal, kung medyo diyan ka lang, could hardly cope up with the expenses of 2 or more children in Manila. Just only have one. Ang akin naman, yung vice mayor, you should have invited him to teach about business. Hindi masyadong So, nagtanan pa tuloy. So, it was Inday. So, suddenly, she was there. Kumuha ng law. Itong vice mayor, ewan ko kung ano ang natapos niyan. Home economics or hotel HRN. Ganyan yan. So, yun lang ang gusto ko. Lahat na itong expectations what evolved in my life were the very opposite of the things which I really was looking at into my future. So it's a matter of destiny. So I would say that I became mayor because of destiny. I became a vice mayor because of destiny. I became a congressman because of my destiny. It was not in my actuarial computation sa buhay ko. Ngayon, nandito ako. I have this sacred duty to take care of my country and people. Mamatay ako, sabi ko, I've said this several times, I'm putting at stake on the table my honor, my life, and even the presidency. These things, it does not mean to me at all. Basta ako magtrabaho lang. If I am there for 1 year almost when he became the president, alam mo, sabi ko, I'm not into ratings. Wala talaga ako. Everybody, lahat ng taga Davao na kilala ako, I tend not really to derogate myself, but to just make it as not really as humble as it should be, but hindi kasi ako mahilig dyan magyabang. And even until now, I just gave the order for all of the country to not to put up posters on my face. Dito sa Davao, hindi talaga nangyari yan. Even during election time, I do not. Yung mga project, akin ito, akin. No such thing in Davao. And no display of whether you find me handsome or ugly. I just don't want my face being posted there everywhere. I keep law. Well, it's in me na medyo mahiyain. And of course, the niceties of governance. Isang mama, just to see how ulol itong Pilipino. I see it everywhere. You put to the honorable, I erase the word excellency. Masyadong mataas yan para sa atin. I told the cabinet that for a democratic state, the word excellency is too sumptuous. Just use president. And even in close friends, sinasabi ko, you address me as mayor. Because I have been used to the word since I was mayor here for 23 years. And araw-araw for 23 years. Even my daughter, si Sarah, when she talks of me, third party, well, just is the mayor. He does not address me as Papa. Only when we are yung harap-harapan. So, sabi ko, I rate myself at 6. Yung pala 74. And what does that mean? It means that for the next few years, we move on. The drug campaign will not end. It will result in still in so many deaths. And